Mm. It's one of those days. Be nice if I could sleep through all of today and still. I have things to do eventually, wise, but functioning is not something I'm good at right now. I I don't. I'm back to not really wanting to talk about the news or even think it, which is all Israel, Israel, Israel all day long on everything. And we suck, okay? We suck. It's just more depressingness of how much America sucks. And I did see some numbers kind of thing. I don't remember what they were, but cost of living numbers. And it was how much is food, how much is housing, how much is fuel, how much is an old car. You know, I'm going to go with usually if they did consider how much of the car, it was a new car. But that's how bad the new cars are. The old cars are the cars to have. Plus avoiding loans, but all the new cars suck. Yeah, all that electric crap. And that too, everything on its power. So as soon as the batteries are out and you can't get anything about that don't work, nothing about the car works. It's a giant paperweight. It has to be towed. Can't even be put in neutral sometimes. A lot of times. And it's just we suck. It's really depressing right now. And the holiday season thing is going to kick in a gear. Get through. No, we had like two Halloweens this month. We have two Halloweens this month because Friday the 13th was in October. So I was like having two Halloweens, although, and another Halloween, regular Halloween coming up. And then the madness that is Christmasness. Although, from what I can tell, nobody's listening to Christmas music, which is a new thing. Usually, it's starting in like September. Christmas music, Christmas music, Christmas music. You're sick of it by November, much less December. But no Christmas music this year. None of us are that optimistic. Even fantasizing and fiction and dream lists of what you would get if you could. The reality is we're all poor. So we're not even thinking about it anymore this year anyway. And I've been knitting, which it's going to be a sweater one day. I've been working on it for a year, so obviously I got quite a bit done, but it doesn't have sleeves, and gotta get the lower part of this done. And I got neck and sleeve holes and a little bit of like 4 or 5 inches of body. Probably could. Don't want it too short, so. And yeah, I don't have very much yarn left. But I got lots of yarn, just not that kind of yarn, sparkly rainbowiness. But nothing special, just regular knitting this back and forth. Back and forth on circular needles, just because it's huge. And I don't want to talk about food. That's how much It's just I'm that kind of broke that every time I eat, I'm more poor is what registers with that. It's like I have less money and less money every time I eat. So, I don't really want to talk about some stuff. Yeah, still sleeping on the floor and still good at getting off the floor now. It's like an exercise limberness that I've gotten just from sleeping on the floor. I'm getting good at getting off the floor. Um, I know some people watch these things to cheer themselves up, I'm sure, but I can't tell you anything that to put you in a better mood or cheer you up or positive. It's just like getting good at being poor is the being some sort of level of functional and extremely poor is the goal. So budgeting and being tighter and tighter and tighter about that budget that you just aren't spending any money whatsoever. And um, my legs are doing better now. They're fine. They're pretty much normal size now. Even the feet are pretty good. They're not swollen either. I know I'm wearing my ugly sweater, but it's warm and it's comfy. And it never registered to me as ugly, but Inconsequential has mentioned this sweater is absolutely hideous, and it's comfortable. I'm one of those people that it's functional and comfortable. I wear it, how my cats are about boxes. If they fit, they sit. Well, it fits, it's comfortable, it's functional. It's on my wear list. And the stomach's been growling all day trying to get me to eat. Broke down and got some food, so I'll be eating soon, which is, money. I've heard that there's a chicken shortage. Of course, if you got your news via YouTube and watch homesteaders and stuff like that, and various people word of mouth, and those who are really good at like finding what's really going on news-wise, I'm watching them. A lot of for I don't know, a couple years, maybe 3, since pretty much 2020. Chicken farms were set on fire. There was like across the nation, lots and lots of chicken farms were set on fire. Both the raising a meat chicken and egg farms, and lost millions probably of chickens. And so that's probably a big part of our chicken shortage right now. It's whatever, arson. And they all the investigations agreed it was arson. Just couldn't figure out who did it or how. Because, that'd be too much like, doing their job, I guess. Although I don't necessarily consider it the cops' job to do that. I associate them more with the crime rather than the solution. They just kidnap you off your front porch or don't know either and insist you have to go somewhere and you can't use your cell phone, and which means you can't pay your bills, which means when you do get out of wherever that is, you now have like nothing working, none of the water, electricity. And that too, if you were paying rent, you're homeless and all your stuff's been gotten rid of, and there may be new people living where you were. Yeah, ruin your life and commit the crime. Yeah, I can understand the call, the insistence of some people of getting rid of the police. I don't know what your experience is. Any of you who are pro cop. With the cops, they are not ever a solution in my life, okay? They are a problem. Calling 911 is just calling more problem to show up. So don't call for help. Do it yourself. They're just, mm-hmm. And yeah, that too. They had no legal right to do any of the things that they did to my life. They got a court order after they ruined my life. And the court order said they could only keep me for 45 days. They kept me for 75. But, you know, for all you people who are pro-cop, all I can think is that you live in the delusion of the media that they do anything functional, because they don't. That's a strong arm of the government. Hello, you don't. America doesn't like the government. Why would you think the cops work? But anyway, this is just there's a reality of any system does not work, and I know the stress. So I've been knitting, and trying to not buy anything. If you saw my place, if you've seen it, like I have like not much. I mean, really not much. I got some stuff on the floor because I have no furniture. I have a table and chair. That's it. The bedroom is empty. It's a 1-bedroom apartment. Of course, I was expecting to either live in a 1-room kind of place where you just rent a room, and that's much more affordable. But those places stay full apparently. And the other option was leaving my car. I'd given up on this apartment getting anything done, and then I got it done, and I'm now not homeless for now anyway. All the money we're sending away, we're all broke. Yeah. The taxes, they're printing money. They are printing money. Why are they taxing any? To rob you. That's why. It's because they're all criminals. They're all horrible, horrible criminals. I heard whatever projects-wise they did at the basic income were successful. So maybe one day I'll have some extra money. And yeah, if you got any good news, by all means, cheer some people up, because I don't have any. And I've noticed, like, on both YouTube and Rumble, no one is commenting, which, at least of all the stuff I follow, that is unusual. Nobody's saying anything. They'll view it, but they won't say it. They'll view it and not follow, which is fine. I'm not in this for the popularity sake of it. This is a help myself kind of thing with doing YouTubes. And I was really hoping Christmas would be a better Christmas. But you know, December would be an improvement in my life, and it's not looking like there's going to be one. And there's been downward trend this year. So next hope is next December, wise 2024. I haven't been following any of the Trump stuff very well, and mostly because I don't really think any of it is following the Trump stuff. It's like they're trying to forget him. I'm not very getting informed by anything I pay attention to of what's going on, other than the judge. It's one of the judges anyway is found him guilty of fraud, and there hasn't even been a trial yet. There's not a jury, there's not a trial yet, and the judge has already found him guilty. Which is just more of that. They'll kidnap you from your porch, and you had been sitting there drinking a root beer and smoking cigarettes and minding your own business, but they'll just insist that you have to come with them, and insist that they put you somewhere for 75 days, and somewhere in those 75 days they'll get the court order they should have had before they came to the door in the first place. And that too, they broke their own court order. And it's just, none of it works. It's all the enemy. It is all out to get you. Trust none of it. Ever. Well, have done some looking at of what's more affordable, and Uber is actually staying pretty affordable. Wise, I know that you think it would be expensive, but considering just like Uber rides wise of Ubering around, the cost of maintaining cars versus Ubering to work, it really isn't that big of a difference. Plus the fuel is like $3 or $4 or $5. Well, $3 or $4 a gallon is, you could easily like be saving money Ubering rather than driving to work in your own car. It's getting to that kind of so, and then there's Uber Eats, which depending on where you buy from, if you now it doesn't take Snap. I will say that. If Uber Eats could take Snap, but and they do grocery stores. You can get deliveries from the grocery store. It's not like you have to get cooked restaurant food. You can get and save you fuel and car maintenance to get to the grocery store and shopping around it. They can do that. And it can end up saving you money. If it took Snap, that would help a lot. Because then you can get groceries via Uber and end up saving yourself some money. Maybe not a lot of money, a few dollars a trip, but still, a few dollars a trip is a few dollars a trip. So, I guess that's a little bit more optimistic of getting better at being frugal and budgeting and staying aware of what stuff costing you. I know driving around wise, it's hard to keep track of it, but it's just between fuel economy and maintenance of the crap that the car goes through just out there. The world is just stress. Yeah. Do some knitting, save some money, take care of yourself, and food is not pampering you. Do not think of pampering as food. You want to pamper you, take a shower, do some sort of knitting, crochet thing, because that's a cheap hobby. And I am thinking about, because I do have a laptop, it's really, really old. It's amazing. That laptop is some awesome. It still works. It is some old laptop. It's closing in on 10 years if it hasn't reached it already. It's some old. And I think I'm going to get into typing up into Word or something, and practice writing, whatever. Not even trying to do a short story. Not even that kind of goal. Just writing. Just developing a character. And Recommend that kind of thing because that's cheap and easy. I mean, other than laptop and the little bit of Excel, Microsoft has occasionally, at least the things I have been trying to be affordable. So you can get the cheap version of it, and you get the basic of just Word and Excel and that kind of thing. So, and which is that's about all anyone uses is Word and Excel. Businesses, they may or may not use Outlook. They can just as easily get by with Gmail. And so, really, it's down to Word and Excel. But, that too, you can teach yourself some stuff in it, especially Excel. You can teach yourself have some fun getting some skills. You may not ever be employed with them, but it's something to do, and if you like learning, it's fun. And this ended up way more positive than I expected. But I'm gonna get off now. I know I usually try to talk for 30 minutes, but I so am not doing the best right now. So, talk to you later.